Hello, you're watching James. My name's James, you're watching me, and I am talking about watches. Well, over the past couple of years, I've bought a lot of watches from AliExpress. I've bought watches that I particularly wanted to own. I bought them deliberately with the intent of wearing them and enjoying them myself, and every watch that I have bought has been pretty good. But there has been a few that have stood out head and shoulders above the rest. And I really just wanted to share with you today my top 6 watches. And they're not just my top 6 watches that I've enjoyed from AliExpress, they are the 6 that have really stood out head and shoulders above all the other watches that I've bought from AliExpress. Before I jump into this top 6 watches from AliExpress that I've owned and enjoyed, I just wouldn't mind if you just click on that subscribe button if you have not already done so. I really do appreciate it. And if you like any of these watches, I am going to leave some links down below. They're going to be those affiliate links, which means if you go through those links, I end up earning a little bit of commission, but it doesn't cost you anything extra. The first on the list is not going to be a surprise to anybody because I think it is actually one of the best watches you can buy on AliExpress today. It is the San Martin 6200 Water Ghost. This is a watch that is heavily inspired by a vintage Rolex, but they have increased the size slightly. It's now a 38mm. It's a very beautiful looking, crisp watch. It has the most amazing bracelet that I've seen on any watch sort of under $1,000. And you can buy this one for 330 Australian dollars. A lot of people have bought this watch. It is a very popular watch on AliExpress, and I certainly understand why, because it is absolutely stunning. It's a beautiful watch to wear. It is a beautiful watch to have in your collection. And for $330, I think you are getting a lot of watch for your money. Now, the second watch on this list, I would actually say is better than the San Martin if it had a bracelet as good as the San Martin. But unfortunately, it comes on a rubber strap. It's an okay rubber strap, but it's not my favorite. I would love to see that San Martin bracelet or something at that quality on this watch. It is the Tactical Frog H5 Captain Willard Homage by Homage. This watch is spectacular. I am so impressed by this watch. And I'm going to say it is a lot better than the San Martin, except for the bracelet. The San Martin's fantastic, but this Captain Willard Homage, it is beautiful. The case size, the looks, the indices, how well it's been put together, the finishing on the case is stunning. This is an amazing watch, and you can pick it up for around 200 Australian dollars. And I think at 200 Australian dollars, this thing blows almost every watch in my collection out of the water when it comes to how good it is compared to the price. Just unfortunately, it just doesn't come on my favorite sort of strap. I've been putting it on a leather strap, which I actually quite enjoy, but I would love to see this thing on a really good quality bracelet. If this was on a really good quality bracelet, I would think it was the best watch you can possibly buy today on AliExpress. Number 3 is the SeaGull 1963. And yes, I know we all love this watch. A lot of us already own this watch. We're already aware of this watch. However, there's something I want to bring to your attention about this one, because I bought the 40mm with the sapphire crystal, which I thought perfect. I love 40mm watches. I love sapphire crystal. But I'm going to say now that the 40mm is not the right one to buy. I should have bought the 38mm. And that's not because of the case size. The case size is nice. It's those lugs. Those lugs are quite long, and they sort of look like they're a little bit too long. And because they are quite long, they sort of sit a little bit funny on my wrist. So I have to say I've actually ended up selling that 1963, and there's a very good chance in the near future I'll be buying the 38mm version. But whichever one you decide to buy, whichever one that you are interested in, it is a beautiful looking watch. When you turn it over and you see that movement inside, it's one of the best looking movements that you can get at this sort of price. And you can pick this one up for 250 Australian dollars. And at that price, you're getting this amazing mechanical chronograph that looks amazing from the back as well as the front. And there are lots of different options available, sapphire crystals or acrylic crystals and those different sizes. And if you watched any of my videos, there's a reasonable chance you'll know that I'm absolutely in love with the Pagani design pilot watch, the YS003. This is one of the best value watches I think you can buy on AliExpress today. It is so well put together, it is so well made, it has a great water resistance, it's got a great case back, it has a great classical look to it, it has great dimensions. It's just a very, very good watch. And you can get this absolutely amazing watch every day of the week for 130 Australian dollars. I think when it comes to how good a watch is versus the price range, this is probably one of the best ones on AliExpress that you can buy today. This watch is absolutely amazing, and it certainly blows that price range out of the water, because I can't understand how you can get this watch for $60. It is made so well, it's completely solid stainless steel, It has great finishing on the case. It has a movement in it that works very well. At least my one is amazing. It's sort of plus or minus 3 or 4 seconds. It is only $60. It looks good. What can you want more for 60 Australian dollars? Tell me what watch you can buy for 60 Australian dollars that can outcompete this particular one. I would love to hear it because I want to buy it if you can do that. And the last one that's on my list is the PYHLIDA GMT. For 130 Australian dollars, I don't think you can get a watch that is much better built than this particular one. And you get a GMT function. I am super impressed by this PYHLIDA. It's a watch that is out there, people are aware of it. It's been sitting on sort of AliExpress for a long time, but I don't think people quite understand how good it actually is. You get a watch that has a 24-hour GMT hand, which actually you can use as a GMT function. You get a solid stainless steel case, which is really well put together, really well finished. You get a reasonable bracelet and an amazing clasp. It's obviously a homage watch to the Omega, but you are getting all those sort of good looks for a very affordable price. And when you're buying that for that Omega, you're spending over $5,000, even for a used version of it. So for $130, I think this is an absolutely amazing watch, and it fits really nicely to wrist because of those dimensions. So there's my 6 favorite watches from AliExpress. All of these watches I have purchased and own myself. All of these watches I have very specifically picked from AliExpress because I'm spending my own money on these watches and I'm going to be wearing these watches. So I want both the best value for money, but I also want beautiful watches and interesting watches to wear on my wrist. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I do hope to see you in the next video.